bum 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 bum. Hey guys, welcome back to DCTC. This is Amy Jo and I am feeling super Christmassy over here. I definitely have the holiday spirit and I can't wait to share this with you guys. Today we're going to be putting together the frozen sugar cookie castle. This looks very cool and I'm hoping that it won't be too complicated. It has lots of different things that come in the kit. We'll see. I don't know if we can make it look this good, but we'll give it our best try. Okay, so lots of pieces. It looks like this is, maybe these are part of the decorations and things that come with it. Some blue sparkly sugar. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm not sure what that is. Another kind of sugar, I guess, for decorating. And then we have some little snowflakes, some icing. This is the base for the house. And then we have the, well, I guess this is sugar cookie. Sometimes it's gingerbread for gingerbread houses, but this is the castle. Okay, this is what we need first. So here are the directions. Looks like the first thing that we're going to do is make some icing, and then I bet we're gonna put our little house together. But first, let's put our little characters on their stand. So there's Anna and Elsa, Sven and Kristoff, and Olaf, of course. I'm not sure what this is. Guess we'll figure it out as we move along. The first thing that we're going to do is make some royal icing. Jeez. Next to that, we will add 1 cup of powdered sugar. Remember this little packet that I showed you? I thought it was some type of a sugary decoration. It's actually food coloring. So we're gonna add just a tiny little bit of that to make our icing a light turquoisey blue. Here are the sugar cookies that we will use to form our castle. Unfortunately, when I opened ours, 2 of them were broken. So this is super disappointing. I do have an idea though. The icing that we just made is called royal icing, and it kind of acts like glue. So I'm gonna try to use the icing to glue our castle pieces back together. Isn't that sad? That's such a bummer. Okay, while those dry for a few minutes, I am going to frost the rest of the pieces. And then we'll let those sit for 30 to 45 minutes. You want to get it as nice and even and smooth as possible. Now, after a while, it says in the directions 30 to 45 minutes, this will be really smooth and kind of hard to the touch. So it's not like regular frosting that stays really soft and smooth. This is definitely, I mean, it'll look smooth, but we'll be able to touch it and it will be kind of hard. So it's a different type of frosting. Okay, everything is frosted and I'm just waiting for them to dry, but I wanted to tell you guys that so far I think gluing the pieces back together with the icing is going to work. Okay, I am back, and you know what's great about these videos is that you guys can watch these things before you buy them or try to make them yourselves, and you can learn things like this took easily an hour or an hour and a half to dry. So definitely more than the 45 minutes, but that's okay. We're ready for our next steps, which is decorating. So we have our snowflakes and we have our blue dyed sugar, our sparkly blue sugar, and we have some little stencils. This is the stencil that goes on the big pieces, and this is the stencil that goes on the small pieces. And so now we're going to decorate. We're gonna hold our stencil in place and then use this little brush to paint some of the royal icing into all the little cutout spaces. Then we take some of our blue sugar and sprinkle that, just like that, over the opening. And we are going to do that on all of the little cutouts. I would press down on the stencil a little bit so that the icing doesn't go under the piece of cardboard. We're gonna start our second one, and I just wanted to show you the back of the stencil. So it definitely has some frosting, so I would try to rub off as much as you can before you start the second side. And this is gonna be a little messier because there's already sugar on the stencil, but I still think it'll be okay because we're adding more sugar to it. Okay, I've got to show you guys this. So when I pulled the stencil off, the cookie had re-cracked, and then the stencil had pulled some of the frosting off. So I took a spoon and I have refrosted it, and now I'm just gonna have to wait for that to dry again. So that is disappointing. I am hoping that we have better luck with our small pieces. Oh my goodness, this is funny. It's actually good. It's good that things are not going well. And that way you guys can decide if you want to get one of these, or you can, if you already bought one, you can watch first and see all of these things go wrong, and then maybe you can do a better job. Okay, here is the moment of truth. Let's see how this one looks. Okay, not bad. Just a tiny little issue right there, but other than that, it looks okay. And so what I did is I took the little paintbrush and I just kind of painted more frosting, and now hopefully when that dries, it'll look pretty good. And we'll just do our last piece and then we'll be ready for our next step. And our next step is actually to just continue decorating, but I want to wait and make sure that our frosting is totally dry. So I'm gonna give it another hour or so, and while it's drying, I'm gonna go get my nails done. So I'll see you back here in a few with different colored fingernails. Okay guys, I'm back. My nails are done, the frosting is dry, and we are ready to get started. What we're gonna do is take the frosting that is in this container and we're just gonna squeeze it to mix it all up. And then I'm gonna cut a little hole in it and I am gonna squeeze it into this little piping bag. So I'm gonna use this as a guide. I'll set this here and then we'll squeeze the frosting in. Next, we will pull our little bag out of the cup, like so, and then we just want to squeeze this down all the way to the point, and I'm going to use the scissors to cut off just the teeny tiny piece of this. And this is what we'll use to do the rest of the decorating. Okay, here we go. I am definitely nervous. Okay, here is our first piece. You guys, this is so much harder than it looks. You will definitely need an adult to help you with this. I'm an adult and I need help with this. Okay, remember the little snowflake candies that we had? Here is how we get to use those. Okay, it does not look even close to as good as the picture, but considering these were broken, I am just happy that they are still all in one piece. So we'll let that dry and do our last one. Okay, I have this panel done now, and I have to tell you guys, this has been really challenging for me, so I hope I can get it put together, whoa, without it falling apart. Okay, I think we are finally ready to put our castle together. So what we're gonna do is, this is the base, and we're gonna build the castle in this, so we're going to squeeze some frosting all around the base. There's a little groove that holds the frosting, so it's gonna work kind of like glue to hold it all together. And we are also going to put some right along the bottom of each piece. And now here we go. I had to put the second wall in to help brace the first. So I made a little mess, but so far it's working. Let's quickly get our last piece in there. This is so hard to do alone. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do, guys. It's a mess. It's a disaster. Okay, I know I can figure this out. Okay, well, let's see. Some time has passed, maybe 30 minutes or so, and I have mostly figured it out. But there are some things that I want to share with you. So one of the most important things that I would say is that you need to read the directions very carefully, which I did. I did read them, I just didn't pay as close of attention as I should have. So what would I have done differently? I would have done this with someone. I would have made Brandon do this with me or Kaylee do this with me, because doing it by myself was hard. The other thing is, when these pieces broke off, I maybe would have just abandoned this particular project, because even though I have it mostly back together, it's not looking so good. So here is the back of where I had to put the frosting on them to try to fix them. The other thing is, it makes sense now that I read the directions again, but I would have frosted this or done something. And I also would have only frosted half of this, because you can't even see any of that and it just looks terrible. What you didn't see me do on camera is attach this little cardboard piece, and I did that with frosting, and then I also used that frosting on all of the seams almost to glue the whole thing together with frosting, and that's also in the instructions. But you know, this doesn't fit, there's a gap right there, and those are things that are just because the pieces don't fit together as well as they could, and I don't think that there's anything anyone could have done. But anyway, here it is. It's done. It's standing up. It's gonna dry now. And I think it turned out pretty well after all. Okay guys, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was really interesting to record this for you. If you take this on as a project, I would just say make sure you leave yourself plenty of time and have a lot of fun with it. This is Amy Jo with DCTC. Thanks for watching.
Another video, that's the end.
Come back soon or we'll miss you, friend.
DCTC. We do toy reviews.
DCTC. And we play play with Play-Doh too.
Skits, pranks, eggs, and toys.
We make videos for girls and boys.
That's right.